Hello, YouTube. Today we are discussing burnout, a topic that's become increasingly relevant in our fast paced and always on world. It's a term we hear very often these days, but do we really understand what burnout is and how it affects us? Welcome to Mental Fitness. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. Stick around and we'll go through 5 glaring signs to look for if you are feeling burnt out, and we'll also look at 5 proven remedies to recover from this ailment. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We are building a supportive community here, and you're an important part of it. And with that, let's jump right into it. Burnout isn't just about feeling tired, it's a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion that can leave you feeling very, very empty and very detached, especially from work and responsibilities. Many of us experience stress, but burnout is the result of chronic stress, where you feel like you've been running on empty for so long that you have nothing left to give. Burnout doesn't really discriminate. It can happen to anybody at any point of life. If you're a student, whether you're a working professional, whether you're a full time parent, whether you're juggling multiple roles, it simply does not matter. Burnout can sneak up on you when you're least expecting it in any of these scenarios. That's why today we are going to explore how to recognize the signs of burnout and, more importantly, how you can start the journey to recovery. By understanding these early warning signs, you can take steps to prevent burnout from escalating and reclaim control over your life and well being. Firstly, to set the record straight once and for all, burnout is not urban slang. The World Health Organization has registered and approved burnout occurs amongst people in the modern day, particularly in hurried and stressful working environments, causing a feeling of exhaustion, a loss of energy, and a lack of motivation to work and even live. Individuals suffering from burnout should seek treatment and therapy with an experienced specialist to identify the source of the issue and collaborate on finding the best possible solutions. Think of it like a candle that has been burning at both ends. Eventually, there will be nothing left. So, before we get to the point where the candle has been burned completely, how do we recognize the signs of burnout? These are subtle at first, but as the stress becomes more persistent and chronic, and the duration of this problem increases, these symptoms are going to become more and more obvious. The most common ones to look out for are, first up, physical and emotional exhaustion. This is often the earliest and the most obvious sign of burnout. What it manifests as is you might feel drained all the time, even after getting what should have been a good night's sleep, actually. Everything seems much, much harder than it should be, whether it's getting out of bed in the morning, concentrating on work, or even doing everyday tasks like making a meal. This type of exhaustion isn't just physical, it's emotional as well. It's very much within your mind and soul. And it really feels like at the end of the day, you have no emotional energy left for even friends and family, let alone for yourself. Next is a noticeable drop in performance and motivation. This could show up as difficulty concentrating, or forgetfulness, or even lack of interest in the things that you used to enjoy, whether it's work related tasks, or personal hobbies, or even social interactions. You may feel like you're just going through the motions, you're just showing up, but you're not really there, and nothing really excites you anymore. Burnout can also make you feel detached from your work and the people around you. You might start withdrawing from friends, family, and co workers. Social interactions that once brought you joy now feel like an obligation, and it may seem easier to isolate yourself rather than to engage with others. You might find yourself questioning the point of the work you're doing, or even the relationships that you have, and this is where seriously the signs are getting to the point of screamingly obvious. Another telltale sign is increased cynicism. When burnout sets in, it's very easy to become negative or pessimistic about your work, your life, or the people around you. You might feel disillusioned and start thinking, what's the point, or why am I even bothering with this? This type of negativity is particularly damaging because it often leads to feelings of hopelessness and despair, and these are not feelings you want to cultivate in yourself for extended periods of time. And in case you do end up doing that for a long time, then this manifests as physical symptoms. You might start experiencing headaches and digestive issues, or pains and aches in other parts of your body. These are basically your body's alarms going off and your body's way of telling you that it is under too much strain and it needs a break. If left unchecked, stress is going to manifest itself in all sorts of physical ways on the body. If you're noticing any of these signs in yourself or someone you care about, it's very important to acknowledge them, and it's absolutely imperative that you engage with a mental health care professional who can guide you out of this. So, trust me, it's absolutely fine. It's okay to accept that. It's okay to acknowledge that. And it's a necessary step, a part of the healing process, to consult with a proper healthcare professional for this. What they are most likely to tell you, which is the good news, is that recovery is possible. You are absolutely fine. This kind of thing happens all the time to the best of us across the world, and there are steps that can take you on the right path, and over a period of time, you will absolutely heal. It just requires you to be a little kind to yourself and follow the right strategies. That's all. Let's get into these strategies and how they can help fix our burnout issues. First and foremost, set boundaries. Set very, very clear boundaries. This means learning how to say no when you have already overextended yourself and you need to be creating space for activities that actually nourish your well being rather than just draw more from your well of creativity, so to speak. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but you need to understand that this is the first and the most important step on the path to healing. Setting boundaries is essential for protecting parts of your mental health and, in fact, by extension, your physical health as well. Next, once you have created that time, you need to prioritize self care with that time. And this does not mean taking a bubble bath at the end of the day. It means consistently taking care of your body, mind, and emotions. Self care might look like getting enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, making time for exercise, or engaging in hobbies that make you happy. It's about refueling your tank so you have the energy to keep going. And sometimes to keep going, the most important thing is to seek support. Don't try to go it alone. Whether it's talking to a friend, confiding in a family member, or seeking professional help from a therapist, sharing your feelings can make a world of difference. Sometimes all we really need is another person who really listens. This is slightly deeper, so take the time to understand this. But one of the reasons that burnout is so overwhelming is that it can leave us feeling that we've lost our sense of purpose. If I'm being completely honest, that's what happened to me. And if I'm being completely honest, the only way I have started coming out of it is take some time to reflect on why you started. Why you started your career, why you started your project, why you started to take on these responsibilities that in the first place, and really question if this ties into your motivations, your passions, and your skill set. We can get into an entire different series about ikigai and finding your purpose in life, but it's been around for a while now, and genuinely the only thing that's required to do that is take the time. Take the time to not do anything else that is required of you to figure out the thing that you really want to do. That's the most honest advice that I can share with you. And on that note, we'll go into the final step that we can take, which is more long term, but the most effective, which is gradual lifestyle changes. You can't be doing anti burnout activities for a week or 10 days and then go back into the same schedule. That's not going to help anyone. You need to make gradual lifestyle changes that prioritize balance, mental balance, and emotional balance. This could mean delegating tasks at work. This could mean taking more breaks throughout the day or integrating practices like mindfulness and meditation into your daily and weekly routine. These small changes can really have very big impacts on your mental well-being overall going forward. It's just like going to the gym. The way you have to do that regularly, same way you have to take care of your mind and emotional well-being regularly and consistently. Last but not the least, what I can leave you with is that recovery from burnout takes time. You did not get this way overnight, and you will not recover overnight either. It's okay to take time, and the most important thing is to be kind to yourself and make sure you show up every day with that mental attitude of making that effort of making time and making space for your own thoughts and preventing burnout from occurring by focusing on things that make you happy. Take the time to do the things that actually nourish your soul. If you feel this message resonated with you, or if you think it could help someone you know, please share this video. I am really glad if you made it to this point. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please do subscribe to Mental Fitness for more such videos, and do leave a comment in terms of how this content can be improved. Together, I am only trying to make an initiative here, but together we can create a community that supports mental health for everyone. Take care of yourself, and it's time to rest, recover, and rebuild. Bye bye. I'll see you next time.